further look at my DVDs. Ahoy everybody, and welcome to the next part of my DVD collection looking at thing. We're on to shelf 2 of my DVD shelves. Previous parts are available on this playlist. Let's get cracking. This is a film called Tomboy, which was also called, I think it was The Assignment in the States. Michelle Rodriguez plays an assassin who is paid to kill a guy whose sister is a top surgeon, and I'm trying to not spoil it too much, but also describe the plot. Yeah. So the sister of the character she kills is Sigourney Weaver, who's a top surgeon and who gets him abducted, Michelle Rodriguez's character Frank, and performs gender realignment surgery on him and turns him into a her. It's basically the plot. It's a thriller, action-y type film. Very good. And Michelle Rodriguez is excellent in it. It's The Point Men, starring Christopher Lambert, Kerry Fox, Donald Sumpter, and my reason for purchase, Marianne Darboux. Bond girl in Living Daylights, amongst many other things. It's an okay film. Not great, but it's okay. It's sort of, a good sort of background film. It's Wrong Turn 6. I've got the first one and the sixth one, I think, if memory serves. And this has got... Who's in this? Somebody's in this. Definitely somebody in this, which was my reason for purchase. But they're not listed on the back, whoever it was. Let's Google it, and I'll whiz through this in a sec when I'm editing. Oh, it's definitely Totty. I don't need to Google it. It's Roxanne Pallett is in it as well. Getting naked. Speaking of getting naked, it's Two Moon Junction, another Zolman King erotic thriller type film. This one starring the lovely Sherilyn Fenn, who I have met and who is just a wonderful human being. What can I say? It's not a great film, but it looks good. Blair Witch Project. This is a Region 1 DVD. This came out on DVD stateside. Well, I think this is Canada release because it was from Play USA. But it came out on DVD over there before it was even in the cinemas over here. So I snapped it up. I really enjoyed it. I've only watched it once. Partly because I don't know if it will work a second time. And I don't want to spoil the memory of watching it the first time. I will watch it again eventually, I'm sure. But I think you can see my logic there. It's genuinely scary, particularly at the end. When I watched it the first time, knowing what happens, will it be as effective second time round? And as I say, do I want to spoil that memory? This is a film called Live Nude Girls, which isn't quite as salacious as it sounds. It's a drama about a group of friends getting together, telling each other stories. It's a great cast. Dana Delaney, Kim Cattrall, Olivia Darboux, cousin of Mariam, who's Cynthia Stevenson, Layla Robbins, Juliana Lavin, who I'm not overly familiar with apart from in this. But yeah, it's a really good, it is sexy, there is some nudity in it, particularly from Olivia. But it is, aside from that, it's just a fun film. Again, that's Region 1. He says yes. Little Voice. Great British film. Quite well known, you probably know about it. Jane Horrocks is a very shy, introverted woman who has a skill for mimicking singers. And Michael Caine, Brenda Blethyn, Ewan McGregor. Tried to bring her out of her shell and get her performing, etc. But yeah, really good film. Bridget Jones's Diary, you know all about this. I'm not. I enjoyed the Bridget Jones films, not as much as Richard Curtis's other films. He co-wrote this. He says, well, he co-wrote this. I prefer his own films, if you like. You know, this is obviously an adaptation of Helen Fielding's book. I say I enjoy it, but just not as much as the other ones. Brilliant film. Drop Dead Fred, starring the genius that was Rick Mayall, and Phoebe Cates, who is just a doll, and Bridget Fonda, who's just a doll, and Carrie Fisher, who's just wonderful and was a lovely human being when I met her. And it's just a wonderful film. Highly recommend it. Speaking of wonderful films, this is Pure. This was an early film starring Keira Knightley, 2004. Yeah, I'm getting old, aren't I? Yeah. I think she was in her late teens when she filmed this. It's a very different role for Keira. She plays a waitress who dabbles in prostitution. But she's only a supporting character, although it's a big part. It's a story of a 10-year-old and his drug addict's mother. It's a proper heartbreaking, gritty drama type thing, but it's a really good film. This is Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, to give it its full title. Saw this in the cinema, really love it. Winona Ryder, who I adore, is excellent in it. Keanu Reeves is okay in it. Gary Oldman is just amazing as Dracula. Tony Hopkins. So many other great people in the cast. Beautiful looking film. Really like it. As you can tell, this is a very early DVD. By the case, probably will upgrade this on to Blu-ray at some point. This is Breeders, which is a very bad film, but very enjoyable. Stars Samantha Janus as she was then, Samantha Womack as she's known now. This was sort of, I don't know if you've recorded it post Game On, or it might have been filmed pre-Game On, but this sort of came out when she was at the height of popularity for Game On, and received much notoriety because she briefly gets her boobs out in it in a shower scene. But it's filmed on the Isle of Man, I think, but set in Boston. You know, it's about an alien who lands and invades the campus. And yes, it's a very bad film, but schlocky horror, if you see what I mean. This is a TV series of Chamomile Lawn, which was on Channel 4 in 1992. God. Does make me feel old. Based on a novel by somebody who I don't know, Mary Wesley. Set during wartime. And it's sort of flashbacks and all sort of that. And relationships and sexual dalliances between all the cast and what have you. Really good cast. Jennifer Ely, Tara Fitzgerald, both of whom are amazing and gorgeous. Felicity Kendall, Paul Eddington, Virginia McKenna, Toby Stevens. Yeah, really good. Really good series. It's Oliver Stone's The Doors. Oliver Stone, one of my favourite directors. The Doors during his, well, I think it was his best sort of era. Val Kilmer, excellent as Jim Morrison, Meg Ryan, Carl McLachlan, Frank Whaley, Kevin Dillon, Billy Idol, Michael Madsen, Kathleen Quinlan. Really good. I mean, I love The Doors anyway. And yes, there's sort of a sensationalism about this film, but it's just really good. This is The Girl Next Door. This is a comedy starring Alicia Cuthbert, probably best known for playing the daughter in 24, which I've never seen, so forgive me for not knowing her character name. It's obviously something Bauer. Oh, pardon me. She moves in next door to Emil Hirsch. She is a porn star. He falls in love with hilarious consequences, but it's not a out-and-out riot fest comedy. It's got some, some heart to it as well. Yeah, really enjoyable film. Okay, no, we won't. I was gonna leave it there. Okay, we'll do another stack. So this is Dead Cold, which is a drama thriller type film. It's a thriller. It's not a drama. Couple go out and have a second honeymoon in a log cabin in the woods, and there's a mysterious stranger who appears, and there's twists and turns along the way. That stars Lizette Anthony. It's my reason for purchase. This is one of my favourite TV shows growing up. It's Chorlton and the Wheelies. This is a complete series 1. Chorlton's a big dragon. The Wheelies are creatures that live in Wheelie World. And there's a wicked witch, Fenella, who's trying to take over the Wheelie Kingdom. As I grew up watching this. I absolutely love it. If you've not seen it, I recommend it. This is Gia, which was a TV movie, HBO, made about Gia Marie Kurangi, who was a model. It's a true story. Who died of HIV. Got heavily involved in drugs and was bisexual, and it's sort of a story of her life, and she is expertly portrayed by Angelina Jolie. This is a TV show called True Horror, fronted by Anthony Stewart Head, as he's also known, Giles in Buffy. 5 parts dealing with the truth behind the horror. Sorry, it's rattling, it's annoying me. That's one. Tropes, if you like. So there's one episode about vampires, demons, werewolves, witches and zombies. I know one of the people who's interviewed in this, so it was interesting when they cropped up, but I mainly got it for Tony, because I'm a big fan of his. And he's also in this. Scarily enough, not scary enough, spookily enough, Imagine Me and You, which is a story about a woman who's about to get married, but then she meets a girl and falls in love with a girl. And, it's the drama around that, but it's got a nice comic touch as well. But it's, apart from Anthony Head being in it, main reason for purchase was Lena Headey, but on top of that, Piper Perabo is in it, Celia Imrie, Matthew Good, although he's not even credited, but he's pictured on the back. Oh yes, he is. I missed him. Yeah, but that's a good film. This is an Australian TV series called The Slap. Basically, it's a big party, a barbecue, and one of the characters slaps the child of another character because they were being naughty, and it's the ensuing drama because of that. Really good series. It's got the wonderful, gorgeous Melissa George in it, and the just as wonderful and just as gorgeous Sophie Lowe, and loads of other Australian actors, and Sophie Okonedo, of course, isn't Australian. But yeah, really good series that. This is Michael Winterbottom's 9 Songs, notorious film for the explicit sex in it. It's a story of a couple who meet at a gig, and it goes through their relationship, interspersed with the gigs they've been to. So it's got full tracks from various bands, including Elbow, Primal Scream, Dandy Warhol, Super Furry Animals, Franz Ferdinand, plus a few other people. And it does feature explicit sex in it, which is why it's notorious, but it's a good film. And name's gone, the girl in it, Margot Stilley. Speaking of explicit sex, I'm definitely going to get a reputation after all these videos, but who cares. This is Intimacy, filmed by Patrice Chéreau, starring Kerry Fox and Mark Rylance. Again, it's a story about a couple and their relationship, and it features explicit sex. But it's a very different film than that one, but it's, again, very good film. This is Laid to Rest, which is a horror film that stars Lena Headey and Thomas Dekker, her co-star from Sarah Chronicles. It's a slasher film, basically. It's quite good. It's not, you know, it's not terrible. It's a fun little watch. And I did speak to Thomas about it when I met him. And Lena's in it. It's Napoleon Dynamite. I'm sure you're aware of it. Didn't quite live up to the hype for me, but I enjoyed it. But I don't quite get why it was quite so lauded. But yeah, each to their own. A few more for this video. This is Noche Blanche, however you pronounce the first word. It's a French film starring Vanessa Paradis. She is a student who gets involved with one of her teachers. It's a very French drama type film. Vanessa Paradis. Say no more. Actually won this in a competition. Again, I can't remember what. Much like the competition prize in part, whatever it was, 5, 6, 4, whatever. Can't remember exactly what website I won this from, but this is Babel, Oscar-winning film. Very good film. Sort of intertwining stories. It's great cast: Brad Pitt, Cate Blanchett, Gael Garcia Bernal. I can't remember her name, Japanese lady, and I can't quite read it on here because it's very stretched writing. So apologies to her. Oh, it's on the front here. Rinko Kikuchi. But yeah, it was a very good film, that. Excellent film, Dumb and Dumber. The uncut version on DVD, saw this in the cinema. Yeah, it's just a great, very, very funny film. Probably Jim Carrey's best work, possibly, in my opinion. But yeah, love Dumb and Dumber. I don't think I've even seen the sequel. Again, don't want to spoil memory of the first one. It's a good film, The Babysitters. It's about a young 17-year-old who works as a babysitter, then finds that the parents, the male parents, are willing to pay a bit extra for other services, shall we say, and she sets up a little ring of babysitters who will provide extra services. And it's a story of that. But yeah, really good. Catherine Waterston, first thing I'd seen her in. Now she's in Alien Covenant, amongst others. Excellent as the lead in it. Cynthia Nixon's in it. John Leguizamo, or however you say his name. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Scooby-Doo the movie, the first one. I enjoyed it. It's fun. Main Sarah Michelle Gellar was the draw. But yeah, really enjoyed the film. And Brothers Grimm, Terry Gilliam's film, which I must watch again. Heath Ledger, Matt Damon, Lena Headey, who's not said good things about the filming of this, unfortunately. But yeah, big fan of Terry's, big fan of Lena's. Really good. Brain's gone dead as to the other Jonathan Pryce is in it, Monica Bellucci. Yeah, really good. Yep, so that's it for this part. That's long enough. Bit more to go on the front half of this shelf, so that'll be on the next video. Thanks for watching. For previous parts of my playlist, etc. Subscribe, like, comment. See you on another video. Bye.